Haiti Live. I'm hoping everyone is having a good Sunday. Tonight we have with us Brother Hassan, who has been here before. And Happy New Year's to each and everyone as we get into the show. Don't forget to please share as you come in. And don't forget to please hit the like button. Hope everyone is doing well. How's it going, Brother Hassan? Introduce yourself again for some of my peoples who yet to probably attend a show with us or came across you on social media.
Okay, so there's an echo before I get started.
I
Do
don't
you?
hear an echo from you. I was hearing it, but it's better now. I don't hear one.
Okay. I don't even want to touch this screen because I feel like. Give me 1 second. Hold on.
Okay.
Oh, let me not even messing around with
Okay.
it. So do you hear me?
I hear you good.
All right, fantastic. So for those who don't know, I am Brother Hassan, a native of South Florida, with Haitian heritage, and also ties to the continent of Africa, specifically the country of Benin, or what they want to call the Benin Empire, etc. I have been a educator for about 13 years on what we might want to call African history, African culture, anything dealing with African people. Um, I am a Baba, which is one of the most important things, which for those who may not know, I am a father, and a community activist, just a whole sort of things, conspiracy theorists. If you asking, depending on who you asking, I'm a conspiracy theorist. But that's essentially, I'm an author, if that's what you want to, from a European standpoint. I'm an author. Wrote a children's book called Haiti and Her Friends, which is designed to uplift African children, because there's this notion that as African people, we've never done anything worthwhile. We've waited around for people to save us. We've waited around for people to free us. We're waiting around and have done nothing in history. And so this book, which is focused on the children, is designed to uplift African children, specifically Haitian children, but it definitely can be used throughout the diaspora. And that's me in a nutshell.
Awesome. This year, we just celebrated Independence Day. What did you do for Independence Day, and what was going through your thoughts seeing what's happening today in Haiti? And thank each and everyone for tuning in. Mercedes, Mr. Seal, Farah, Mr. Jackson, Gina, guys, please share as you come in, and I do encourage you to interact.
I'm not even going to hold you. This year, I had the soup. I ate the soup, of course, as tradition, implores us to do. But I kind of focused more on January 2nd, more than January 1st. And a lot of people may not know that January 2nd is Ancestor Day. And that's the day that we actually honor and give reverence to the ancestors that fought for the independence. So January 1st is just a celebration of the independence. January 2nd is Ancestor Day, which a lot of Haitians don't know. They just know 1804, January 1st, right? And for me this year, I kind of want to step back from that whole just celebration of January 1st, independence and things like that. And I kind of wanted to focus more on internally dealing with the ancestors and dealing with myself, and seeing how I can liberate myself and other things. So this year was not so much with the celebration. It was more on, internal work within me. Yeah.
How do you think our ancestors feel about us right now in Haiti?
Um, I'm not gonna lie. Of course, the ancestors are rolling in their grave, looking at the condition that we are in. Specifically, though, I would say the ancestors are more disappointed in the diaspora more than the people who are on the ground in Haiti, right? Because the people that's on the ground in Haiti, they're working with what they have. I think a lot of us here in the States, including myself, could be doing a lot more. And I want to be clear before I even start saying it. That's a double-edged sword. It's a double-edged sword when I say this. So take it with a grain of salt. But I think that there's a lot that could be done with the amount of resources that Haitians have here in the States, in Canada, and in wherever we exist that we can be doing, to uplift. We always talk about how Haitians are nurses and we want to be doctors. We can take all those things that we've learned here in the States and then use it to elevate that nation as other countries have done. But then that's a that's a whole nother story in itself because, and I'm gonna kind of get sidetracked for a little bit. I was having a conversation with somebody the other day, and the conversation was centered around the idea how most Haitian Americans, and I use Haitian Americans air quote, don't feel comfortable going back to Haiti, and not more or less because of the terrorism or whatever the case may be. Like that's a portion of it as well, but a lot of, because of the alienation. Like somebody like myself who loves the culture of Haiti, who loves Haitian people, who loves all the things revolving around Haiti. Right? When I go to Haiti and I'm speaking my broken Creole, everybody laughing at me. So there's a level of alienation that goes on. Even with, and this is my experience. I can't speak for everybody, but this is my experience. I don't know too many Haitian American men or women who date Haitians from Haiti. Like it's like when Haitians from Haiti come here, they only date the Haitians that came from Haiti with them, and and the Haitian Americans only date Haitian Americans. Now that's just my experience. I can't speak for everybody.
Do you think that maybe because of culture differences, that growing up in America and versus someone who grew up in Haiti, they have different beliefs and way of doing things, that maybe men who are born and raised in Haiti may feel like a Haitian woman that came out of Haiti would be more traditional than one that grew up in Haiti.
I mean, I
I mean,
really
grew up
can't.
in the States.
I really can't necessarily speak to it because I don't want to put it on one side or the other side. But from what I'm hearing, there's a lot of complaints on both sides. There's like, oh, Haitian Americans don't know how to gooya. We don't know how to, it's a lot of, simplistic stuff. But the point I was making, right, is that there's a real disconnect between the diaspora and the Haitians that was born in Haiti. There's a real disconnect. Going back to what I was saying earlier, there's a real disconnect with um, how we're relating to one another and the level of resources that we can be bringing to Haiti. Like if you don't feel connected to something, like you might know that you Haitian, but if you don't feel connected with something, you're not really caring about trying to uplift it and trying to, you have no connection with the people on the ground in Haiti because you don't feel connected to the people in Haiti. And I think a lot of second generation Haitians growing up, they may know that they're Haitian. They might have the flag on and rep that they're Haitian, but they don't have a connection to the people on the ground. They don't know Haiti. Like when they go to Haiti, they probably off somewhere, at one of the nice hotels, and but they don't know when they get in a car accident, the medical, how the ambulance gonna get you to the hospital. They don't know when they get a real bad cut in Haiti. They're back on IT. They think they know Haiti, but they don't know Haiti. So there's
That,
a disconnect.
that's good. That's a good thing you brought. Because why do you think that is? Because I remember doing a show where I talked about, I believe that us Haitians, even like from the early 80s, somehow they started instilling in us to dislike Haiti and dislike even being Haitian. Do you think that that is why? Because I see that a lot of times when someone leave Haiti, the kids want no parts with Haiti. Do you think that it's designed to be this way?
So I'm gonna start by saying we never want to let white supremacy off the hook. Racism, white supremacy off the hook. And what I mean by that is the ideology of racism, white supremacy, the structural racism that exists and permeates throughout the world, not just in the United States, but also in Haiti. You might give it a different name. You might say neo-colonialism. You might say apartheid. You might say whatever name you come up with is still white supremacy, because at the end of the day, it all benefits white people. So we're not going to let white supremacy off the hook. But within that, we must understand that white supremacy's chief weapon is black self-hatred. Okay, that is the number one weapon: black self-hatred. The idea that we can make black people hate themselves. So when I was growing up as a young Haitian, right, one of the most terrifying things that my mother would tell me, and I'm just gonna be bluntly honest. She would say, "My boy, Haiti, I'm sending you to Haiti." We have taught a generation of children to hate the idea of, oh my God, I don't even want to go to Haiti. When Kodak Black goes on the television show, wherever he was at, he's like, yeah, I heard they eat people in Haiti and monsters and loup-garous. That comes from the mouths of Haitians. That propaganda is spread from the mouths of Haitians. Of course, it comes from the bigger white supremacy and self-hatred and all that stuff, but that comes from the mouths of Haitians to a generation of children who don't have no connection to Haiti. So when they hear these things like, oh boy, don't do this and voodoo this and that creates a self-hatred. That's like, nah, I don't want to be connected to that. So we can clearly point to where it comes from. It comes from our own mouths. It comes from our own mouths, the self-hatred,
When we're going to go back a little bit to your comment about diasporas.
Mm-hmm.
For a minute, I know the last 5, 10 years, things been a little upside down. Do you think that it is because of the situation on the ground that diasporas are not more physically involved?
No, because and from my perspective, I've traveled to Haiti during the time of chaos, during some situations, and other places in Haiti not really affected. It's mainly Port-au-Prince where you have a lot of the issues going on. Haiti is it's not a large country, but it's a nice sized country, right? Like any other Caribbean country, but everyone seems to focus on Port-au-Prince. Again, and this is just me. Again, I think that the main genesis of the disconnect comes with what was taught to us by our parents, what was said to us by our parents, what was and of course media played a part in it with the whole HIV AIDS come from Haiti and etc. But when it's instilled inside your home and you hear your parents say things like "Jambak alaiti," when you hear Haitians saying stuff like that, that molds you and that instills I don't have no connection to that. So you have a lot of Haitian Americans. Now I use that term Haitian Americans lightly because it's a double entendre. I mean, Haiti is in the Americas. So but when you hear that, it just reinforces for Haitian Americans, I have no connection to that. And you see them connecting more to Black American culture or even Rastafarian culture and other things like that, because they don't have a foundation of what Haitian culture is, and then two, they scared as hell of the culture. Regardless of if we like it or not, Haiti's national religion is voodoo. Period. That is our national religion. That is the founding, the genesis of that nation. Whether you like it or not, you might have your Christian views. You might have had a bad experience with whatever someone may told you. That's why Haiti's in the condition it is because of voodoo. That ain't gonna change. That is Haiti's national religion. And until we really understand that religion and do we study it as Haitian African people, we always gonna be scared of ourselves. We're gonna be scared of the woman in the mirror.
Do you think it's because we use religion, especially voodoo, in the worst way?
I, so I don't know any religion that hasn't used their religion in the worst way. I mean, when you look at the Arab slave trade that's lasted 1,500 years before Europeans even stepped on the continent of Africa, they used Islam to decimate African people. Christians have used Christianity all throughout the Americas, all throughout this is documented history. You can see how people have used their religion in horrifying ways, in destructive ways. Voodoo for me though is a spiritual, and I use the term religion. I was using the term religion just for clarification. Voodoo is not a religion. Voodoo is a spiritual connection. Voodoo is a way of life. Now, have people perverted it? Of course. People have perverted our religions for their political gain throughout history. That is just what people do. Voodoo is no different. I think the only difference is that when it comes to voodoo, it becomes connected to black people and self-hatred. Because the people in Cuba practice Santeria, and they walk around with their little beads, their little yellow and green beads, and nobody demonizes them. Nobody looks at them as saying, "Oh, y'all do voodoo? Oh, y'all devils? Y'all this and that." The connotation connected to voodoo and blackness is what makes it evil, because white people practice just as much voodoo and Santeria as any other people in the world. But it's the idea of connected to blackness that makes it demonic, that makes it bad. Because again, white supremacy says everything that's black is bad.
Wow. Have you been keeping up with Haiti? And what are some of your thoughts on some of the events that's been surrounding Haiti today? Thank you
So
guys for tuning in. Excuse me. Thank you guys for tuning in. Don't forget to please share the live, the homie, Manila, Mercedes. And thank you so much, Mr. Jackson, for the $5 super chat. Thank you so much. And thank you guys for the love. Don't forget to hit the like button and please share. You may answer and may continue.
so I've been keeping up with the news. I've been trying to keep up with people on the ground, things that's going on. Um, I would say this though, there are a lot of weapons that white supremacy uses, and I'm gonna say one of the best weapons, of course, is self-hatred, but also in that is confusion. If you're able to keep a people confused on what's going on, how it's going on, you're able to dominate them. Like, prime example, when you're screaming at a child and you're like, "Why'd you do this? Why'd you do that?" And that child is sitting there stunned. That child don't know what to say. That child is like, and you're like, "Why you ain't saying nothing?" And you scream at the child. That child is confused because that child doesn't know if he might say or she might say something wrong, and you might slap them or you might hit them, right? So confusion can keep people stunned. It can keep people stuck and not knowing which way to go. Do I go left? Do I go right? And talking to people on the ground in Haiti, everybody is confused. They don't know who burning the churches. They blaming it on the gangs. They saying that the government is burning the churches. They saying that these people burning the clinics. Confusion is what is running rampant throughout the African world, but specifically, this is we talking about Haiti. Confusion. If you can keep people confused on what's going on, who's doing it, why they're doing it, that's the number one point too. Why they're doing it. You always keep them at odds with each other. I mean, black people will sit around for hours and argue about what they think is going on, confusion. So I've been hearing all the reports from the ground and I've been watching on the news, but it's all confusing. Everybody is confused. Oh no, somebody told me this. Oh no, somebody said it was this. Somebody said it was that. Nobody has any concrete conclusion to what's going on the ground. Just confusion. So that's
Sometimes I wonder what is the thought process, us Haitians who are on the ground.
Mhm.
What are we? What is the goal? Where do you foresee some things going in 225 in Haiti?
You know what I had to come to the conclusion the other day? I had to realize that everyone doesn't have the same definition of liberation or freedom. Everyone doesn't have the same. So uh there is no grand scheme. There's no monolithic way for all of Haiti to come to agreements. Some people feel that freedom to them is growing their own food, being able to go down to the beach, being able to, live in existence without no stress. Some people feel that they want to own a certain amount of properties and they want to own hotels in Haiti. So everyone has their different viewpoint of what liberation is, what freedom looks like to them, and etc. Right? I think that's an individual choice that people need to choose for themselves, because I have a vision for Haiti. Of course, I have a vision for Haiti, but everybody in Haiti might not want that vision. I have an idea of what I want Haiti to look like, but everybody in Haiti might not want that vision, right? So then that creates an issue in itself. Um, uh, Ask me the question again. I'm sorry, I got thrown off for a second. Ask me the question
In
again.
225, where do you foresee things going in Haiti for this year? Um, Especially, we have, as someone, I asked that question as someone who does research. A lot of people have an opinion, but that opinion is different in comparison to some people, to you, who research and study and is more knowledgeable about certain things, right? With how 224 ended,
Hmm.
what do you foresee happening in 225 as someone who is always researching and reading, especially about things in Haiti?
Well, I see that just 2 days ago, some South American soldiers are going to be dropped off in Haiti. So I see that there will be a continuously break. They're trying to break the spirit of Haiti. They're trying to break the spirit of Haitians. And, I'm going to classify it as, you know, terrorism, economic terrorism, right? And I know a lot of us think that terrorism is simply just bombs and etc. But they like keeping somebody's stomach hostage is terrorism. That's a form of fear. People can't think if they live in day to day on rice and beans and trying to figure out where their next meal gonna come from, or where, like, if they can sleep in a safe place. So the for 2025 and beyond, until African people, specifically Haitian people, understand that we at war, right, and we really get organized, um, it's going to be more terrorism. It's going to be more strenuous terrorism. They're trying to turn Haiti into the new Hawaii, into the new, and no disrespect to nobody from Hawaii or Jamaica or any other Caribbean island. But when you go to these islands, they are predominantly ran. When you look at their prime ministers and etc., is light skinned white people at the top. When you look at the people who own most of the land and the resources and the hotels, is light skinned white people at the top. They're trying to break Haiti and make that example out of Haiti, and then turn Haiti into the tourist attraction of the 80s. What it used to be. And that comes with breaking the spirit and the will of the people. Other Caribbean countries and nations have failed, and like, all right, here, look, take it, whatever, do what you gotta do. We ain't gonna fight. We gonna sit back, you know. And Haitians, because of the history and the culture and the asili of how we became a nation, right? The pride that we have, it's hard to break the Haitian people. Not saying that we can't be broken. I'm not trying to be up here like we Superman and everything, but it's very hard, and you see that we continuously fighting back. So from 2025 and beyond, it's gonna be terrorism. We gotta get used to that.
I, I, Let me ask you a question. I was in a show last night, and he is a brother that I admire a lot as a YouTuber. I try not to watch too many people,
Mm-hmm.
but those that I do like, I follow them. And that's Mr. Abner on Haitian Public Media. He had a show yesterday where he was doing basically a reaction, and on that reaction, he had on there Jacques Sauvagean, where he had done a live, I think, where he talked about the system in Haiti.
Mm-hmm.
And basically, what he shared is the way that the system has been and the way that the system is created in Haiti, that our forefathers set it up for us to have what we have today. Do you think that from the beginning of Haiti, we have been hijacked? from the beginning?
I think, I think at the time, some of our ancestors freed themselves, right? Freed themselves physically, but didn't take the time to free themselves mentally. There was a big fight between Henry Christophe and Petion and Boyer. You know, that whole light skin dynamic, mulatto type of thing. I was just having a conversation with a comrade of mine, and I was explaining to him up until 1994, if you were born outside of Port-au-Prince, your birth certificate said peasant, like peasant. If you were born outside of Port-au-Prince before 1994, your birth certificate says peasant. I dare anybody to go look this up. And so there has been a psychological fight since the beginning of the foundation of Haiti. All right. What African people like Dessalines and Henry Christophe had, and even Henry Christophe had his faults. I'm not saying that they were perfect, but what they had in line for Haiti didn't go in line with what Petion and Boyer, tried to do. One of the things that Henry Christophe said is that Boyer wants to regurgitate and use failed democracy to do the country. A lot of times, what I notice with how we try to operate is we try to operate where other countries operate. That may not be for us. For us to be successful, may not need the sky rise with the beaches and the big old towers, and that may not be for Haiti. You got to look at countries like Taiwan, who was a poor country just a few years ago. They found their niche, they tapped into it, and they didn't copy anybody else. We have to create a cultural narrative for ourselves as Haitian African people, not copying American democracy, because it's not even working over here. You trying to copy something that these blondes over here can't even get right. They over here fighting and storming the Capitol, and you want that for your country? You think that these white people got the answer to fix your problems? White people's answers to your problems will never fix your problems. They will only give you more problems. We have to figure out what type of government do we want for ourselves. What if we got to go back to kings and queens? Maybe that's what they got to be. I don't know. I'm speaking hypothetically, but what I'm saying is Black issues need to be solved by Black minds, not by copying what other people are doing in their country, because it ain't even working for them. I'm just saying Haitians don't. It's not that hard. It's not working for them.
Not to be interruptive, because you're speaking good. How do we get a Haitian who was born and raised in Haiti to start to understand what you're sharing on the show tonight? Ricky said,
Um,
thank you for tuning in.
Woo, that is okay. How do we get this sounds, what do they call it? This sounds cliche, very, very cliche. But
Mhm.
it starts with education. It starts with educating our people, and not just going in there with a Bible and giving them scriptures, because if that's your belief, that's your belief. That's But in the past 500, 600 years, if the definition of insanity is doing something over and over and expecting a different result. At some point, we got to look and be like, all right, giving people the word in the Bible, maybe we need something more institutional. Maybe we need something more practical, something more realistic that we can deal with, that we can use, versus stuffing the Bible down their throat. There are too many churches in Haiti, too many churches in Jamaica. Maybe that needs to be something different that needs to be instituted. Not saying get away with the churches, throw them away, because if that's your belief, that's your belief. But what I'm saying is it starts with educating people on practical things, on what's really going on in the world. At one point, Haitians were world renowned scholars, painters. In the 60s, man, Haitians, now it's like we only know what's going on in our backyard, and we barely even know that. We barely even know what's really, really going on. So it starts with a level of education. I would say personally, a lot of the books written by African Americans need to be translated into Haitian Creole, and then those books and those things need to be taught in Haitian schools. An African-centered education needs to be taught in Haiti. Self-love, because through that education, you're building self-love, and self-love is important because it works communal. It works in a communal sense. But if you went out here teaching them that French is the better language than Creole, and to get really educated, you got to go to France, and France is our motherland, and if you teaching them stuff like that, then you know why they don't. What we saying? What we saying? If we teaching them that French is a bit. Oh, I speak French. Parle français. Oui. Come on, sit down, Frenchie. Stop. Love the language that you created through your bond, through your lineage, through what you have. Raise that up. That's it. That's it. It sounds simple, right? It sounds very simple. Like, it sounds cliche. Like, education and self-love, and people are like, oh yeah. But do people really know what self-love is? Do we really know that self-love is preservation? When you love something, you preserve it. So when I hear Haitians say, I love being Haitian, and I see them with a white husband or a white wife, I say, well, how you love being Haitian? How you love being black? And I thought love was about preservation. I thought love was about preserving and protecting a certain thing. If you love Haitian culture, you're going to be like, hold on. You can participate in our culture, but this is for us. We created this. And if you're going to try to make money off of it, we got to make money off of it first. I don't want to hear about compa in Germany and everybody like, they doing compa in Germany. Okay, how you benefiting from that? Tell me how the culture is benefiting from that. Being inclusive don't equal no power. Being inclusive to everybody, when you spread something out, it makes it weaker. When you spread something out, it makes it weaker. This is what makes it stronger.
Okay, let me ask, and I'm being the devil's advocate here.
Talk to me.
Do you think that because a Haitian man or woman fall in love with a white man or woman, that they're not practicing their culture because of that? And why would you say that?
So this is gonna be a long one right here. You got your popcorn? You ready for this? This is gonna be a long one right here.
I'm ready.
So,
please.
And I'm not saying I'm sharing. I'm gonna give it to you all the way. So I'm not saying that this doesn't happen, but I'm gonna make an example. The same Haitian people who would turn around and get a white woman and show her how to make, all the Haitian dishes, do the compa and all that stuff like that. They the same ones that be like, I ain't gonna talk to a black American. I ain't gonna talk to no Jamaican. But they would take a white person and show that white person, make that white person speak a little bit of Creole, teach them all these things and all that. But then they wouldn't date another black person that they would have to do the same thing with. Why do you feel that it's necessary or even appropriate for you to say, I'm not going to marry this other black person because they don't have my culture, but then find a white person who's in a totally different race and then teach them everything about your culture? Do that with a black person. Do that with a Jamaican. But you won't, because the self-hatred is there. You want to make a little mulatto or grimel or a little light-skinned baby so you can talk about how curly their hair is. That's what you want to do. Because then you can bleach your skin and you can do all those things, and then y'all could be a whole little family of confusion. Okay? Also, let's look at it from this perspective. How is that preserving your culture? Because that white person, let's say you and that white person split up. They don't know anything about your culture like that, only what you taught them. So now your culture and your genetics go down the drain. It goes down the drain. Because that white woman or that white man can't teach your culture to your child the way that you or another Haitian can. Matter of fact, how can a white man even raise up a strong mixed race black child? How is that even possible? What can you teach that we got a hard enough time with black men that are black raising up strong black boys, and you think this mixed race guy is going to raise up a strong black boy to be revolutionary in thought, to be self-loving for blackness? I think not. But let's also go to the power dynamic. Let's go to the power dynamic of it. If you go to any military, corporals, generals, sergeants, they not allowed to date on lower ranks at all because there's a power dynamic that exists there. You go to the jailhouse, any correction officer that has sex with an inmate can be charged with some form of sexual misconduct. They could go to jail. They could be labeled a pedophile, etc. And you're like, damn, but they had consensual sex with an adult who just happens to be in jail. But what sociologists realize is that that power dynamic makes the intimacy different. It makes it different because I have power over you. I'm your corporal. If you and I break up, now I'm going to start making your time on this ship real difficult. If you and I stop messing around with each other and I'm a correction officer and you an inmate, guess what? You go into the hole. There's a power dynamic that exists there. I don't care what any black man say. That white woman has the power in that relationship because she has a whole social system that backs her up. If Becky say, "Oh my gosh, he hit me," you going to jail 3 times in one day. They're gonna lock you up, let you out, lock you up, and lock you up again. All right. There's a power dynamic that exists. And anytime you date outside your race, you are being socially and psychologically raped. Period. Point blank. Period. If anybody want me to explain that any deeper, I can explain it any deeper. But anytime you date outside your race,
Please do, because I'm sure some of my peoples are asking Marie. Please let them. Please do.
okay. So since we live in a system of racism, white supremacy, we know that white has been the okay. Let me say it like this: love from a functional mental state. Love is a creation. Attraction is a creation. Your culture teaches you what to like, love, and what you're attracted to. Your culture does that. The culture that you are raised in teaches you what is attractive, what is love, and etc. This is why when you go to Africa, they have those huge lip plates that the women put in their lips, and the bigger the plates are, the more attractive they are. You go to some Asian cultures, and they have these neck rings, and in Africa too, and the larger the neck rings are and stretches, the more attractive they are. Back in the days in China, they would have these little shoes that the women would squeeze their feet into, and it would make their feet really really small. And the smaller your feet were, the more attractive you were. The attraction is created by the culture that you exist in. If everybody understands that, everybody's going to understand what I'm saying next. The culture creates your attractions and the idea of love, right? People in Africa, people in the jungles in Brazil, they not going to the movies. They don't know nothing about going to the movies on no date night. That's something that this culture has taught you what romance is. This culture has taught you that light skin is more superior. This culture has taught you that long straight hair is superior to your hair. This is why black women will fight you about their wigs and their weaves, because this culture has taught you that light eyes is more prettier, light skin is more prettier, long hair is more prettier. And so you have Negroes who want to sit here and act like they ain't been influenced by the culture and be like, "Oh, I just fell in love." Sir, you fell in doo-doo. All right, there is no such thing as falling in love. In order for you to fall in love, you have to actively go out and search. I ain't ever searched for no white person, and no white person ain't ever searched for me because I ain't looking for one. If you fell in love with a white person, that's because you went out looking for a white person and you was susceptible to doing that. But I don't fall in that category because I don't. The culture in this society teaches you that whiteness is supreme. I don't validate that culture at all. So therefore, whiteness does not. I don't apply to whiteness. I ain't looking for no white woman. If you did that on your own because you've been influenced by this culture. And please let me know if someone needs me to go on further.
Let me ask,
Talk to
do
me.
you think that either sides, white people, black people, keeping up that that mentality. Do you think that racism will always exist when we're both always on the offensive, defensive, especially places that don't have a strong criminal justice system like Haiti?
So racism is one-sided. I don't know where we've gotten the notion that we somehow practice racism against people, because I don't know at any time that black people have ever marginalized white people, told them what schools to go to, dictated their like, I don't know a time where a natural disaster happened in Europe and then Africans, Haitians came to the country and said, in order for us to give y'all aid and give y'all assistance, y'all got to do natural abortions, or y'all got to take these condoms, or y'all got to take the vaccines. You show me a time in history where a black nation has went into any European nation and told them what to do. So when we're talking about racism, it only goes one way. And the only people who are racist is white people. Black people can be upset by racism. Black people can be prejudiced. But when it comes to the power dynamic of that racism, it only exists one way. It only exists one way. And that is white people oppressing black people and black people having a reaction to the oppression. But it only exists one way.
Do
And if
you?
any and if anybody disagrees with that, then I'll ask you to show me any African nation that is doing better than any European nation. You show me a European nation that has been subjugated by African people in the past 500 years. You show me an African nation that can militarily go hand in hand with any European nation. We talking facts here. We talking facts. I don't deal with emotions. We're talking about facts. So either you believe in racism as a global thing, or you believe in black inferiority, because there is no competing African nations with European nations. So then you must believe in black inferiority if you don't believe in racism, because something is up. Where the hell is Wakanda? Where is the black nation that's doing better than any European nation? Show me on the planet. Even the most raggedy European nations are doing better than African countries that have way more resources than what the hell does Portugal have? Why the hell is Portugal has doing better than freaking Ghana? So either you believe in racism or you believe that black people are inferior and we can't think and something is wrong with us. It's one or the other.
Wow. I wanted to let me go into the audience. Thank you guys for tuning in. Don't forget to please hit the like button and please share. Also, share your thoughts. Shout outs to Mr. Jackson for the $3 super chat. Thank you so much, Mr. Jackson, for your continuous love and support of life in Haiti. Thank you so much. Welcome, Miss Cindy B, Claude Constant, Mr. Jackson, and my brother. Oh my God, I always said that we need to respect and love our language, not French. Let me make a comment on that as one that is very passionate about education in Haiti. And I think I spend 22 hours of my I'm sleep. I daydream of making a change in Haiti. That's how much I'm dedicated, right? But do you think in the process of us trying to make a difference, we can harm? Should we go against the law of the land? Because I'm one who thinks like you. Why are we teaching French to Haitian children where parents do not speak French? They cannot read it, they cannot write it. Kids, they don't get to practice it hardly. Some do, but most they don't. Should
So,
you
I'm sorry.
no, it's okay. Should you as an educator go against the state of the education department
Yes.
when the but okay, you say yes. Would we be helping the child when we are raising them in opposition of what they're about to face. Because for most of you guys who are watching, when a child or someone, like let's say for example myself, and I walk in a building to take care of something important, the first thing they're going to greet is in French. And I'm always proud to say that I don't speak French, but I also have a backup. I can ask to speak to someone in English. And that's that inferiority thing, because you start speaking English, they associate that with something else. But a child that's born and raised in Haiti, they don't have that English that me or many others they have. They only have that Creole. And once they come in speaking Creole, then instantly they are looked down upon. Doors are closed for them. And especially with what we are touching base on, when that child is a dark skin. See, racism it does exist. Because I believe you could be a light skin and know nothing, and doors open for you in Haiti. I live it, I see it. Someone can be lazy and be a mulatto and have it all. But you can be one that's hardworking, dedicated, and doors will not open for you because of your skin color. What do we do when even the Haitian people, they are not in support of Creole should be what we're focused on as far as teaching the kids and raising them?
So the first thing I would like to say is we got to figure out, when we say the people, we mean the people on the ground or the governmental bodies, What do we say? The
So
people
when
on the
I
ground?
say the people, I'm speaking everyday local people. When
Okay,
you walk
that's
in the bank, right? When you walk in the bank, the first thing the banker is going to greet you in most likely is French. When you don't speak French, you're looked on a certain way. When you go into certain government building, or let's say if I have a child that wants to be a businessman or businesswoman, and she has to go through the business department in Haiti, right, to either set up her business. Soon as she gets there, he or she is greeted in French. How do we open doors for a child when we cripple them, when we think we're helping them, when the system itself, because we want to raise kids to prepare them to be great in Haiti. We don't want to raise them to prepare them to leave, go to DR, and Haiti don't get no benefits of them. Do you think that them learning simply in Creole, are we helping or are we hurting there? Please share life, guys. Please share the life.
so what we're speaking about now is being done, right? In African countries like Niger, like Burkina Faso, where they are now taking back and saying, we are going to speak our indigenous language. French ain't here no more. We're not doing the French thing, right? So what we're speaking about right now is being done in other countries where they was at one point French was being held high. But one thing they realized, and I think a lot of us don't realize this, is that language shapes the way you think. Language shapes the way you think. There are some things that cannot be translated. Like we have sayings in Creole that make sense to us because it's culturally relevant. But if you said it in English, someone's like, that don't even make no sense. Like when you be like, "Day mon get lot mon," you like, oh, behind every mountain is a mountain. They're like, well, what the hell does that mean? But because Haiti is so mountainous, it makes sense to the Haitian person. So there are things that in Haitian Creole that culturally speak to us that we need to embody. We are the culture. We can make that palatable for the people. We just have to make it normal for the people, right? I'm gonna give you a prime example. Don't let me lose my train of thought. I'm gonna give you a prime example. How people shape the culture. We just can't sit idly by and say, well, that's just how it is now. When I was growing up, and this is no knock to nobody, I'm just giving an example. When I was growing up, If you used to accuse a girl of being gay, she would be like, "Don't play with me, boy. I'm strictly dickly. I don't do none of that stuff with no girls." In a generation, now that's the thing to be bisexual, girls to be gay and everything like that. Just all you have to do is shape it the way you want to shape it. And that comes through the education, through the media, through the etc. So if we start putting the narrative, somebody greets you in French, and you say, "Problem, you not? Why you saying it? Why are you speaking to me?" When you start making that the norm, and people start feeling silly, like, "Oh yeah, why am I speaking French to you?" Like we in Haiti. When that becomes the norm, when somebody greets you in French and you say "Blon ye," you white? Like why are you speaking to me in French? That shapes the culture. But I want to say this. I remember one time I was on a phone call in New Jersey with the border education. It was me and a few other Africans, and we were trying to get Swahili to be introduced into the border education. When I tell you, Marie, these people fought with us so hard because Swahili is like an East African language. For those who don't know, it's the most spoken language in Africa. And the point I was making to the director of border education is, why are y'all teaching French, Spanish, German to black children in America? Why are there not any African electives to be spoken to African children? Why are you teaching them Spanish? Why do they gotta take Spanish for 12 years as an elective? Why do they gotta take French? And it dawned on me because language shapes your thinking. Language is attached to cultural norms. Language is attached to reality. It's attached. So if you can shape the way someone thinks and speaks culturally, you can shape their whole way of being. This is not something small that we're talking about. Like when you speak a different language, you work in both sides of your brain. When you speak three different languages, that's why children who can come from different nations, they can catch on the concepts faster than children growing up in the States because they speak different languages. They catch on, not saying they're smarter, I said they catch on the concepts faster, right? Because they're working their mind on both sides when you speak different languages. Take into consideration when you teaching a European language to an African, you trapping their mind to think like a European. There are certain words in African languages that don't exist in our culture. When you go to Africa, there is no word for RAPE. I don't want to say that, you get your flag or anything, but there is no word for that in no African language. When you say it in Spanish, you say it in Portugal, you say it in French. Those things don't exist in our culture. There are some words that don't exist in our languages. Like when the earthquake happened in Haiti, I was asking somebody, like, how do you say earthquake? And they told me tesuke. And I was like, what? It was like, because there's really no word in Haitian Creole for earthquake because Haitians never. You say what? Right?
I'm
But
learning. I'm teaching now. But
you
yeah.
get, but if the word don't exist, the action didn't exist. And before 2010, Haitians ain't really know about no earthquake. That was traumatic to them. If
Yeah.
the word, I need people to really take this in. If the word don't exist, the action doesn't exist. So there are things in African languages that doesn't exist. Nursing home. There's no word for nursing home in any African language because we don't throw away our old. That's a European concept. There's no term for RAPE in our culture because we don't do that to our women. If the word don't exist in the culture, the action doesn't exist. And when we speak these European languages, we take on their actions, their belief, and everything. So we are doing our children a disservice by indoctrinating them with European vulgarities, because that's what I call it. Now, of course, I speak English because I was raised in here, but I practice several different languages. I'm learning several different languages, and trying to pick up on several different because I want to re-Africanize myself. But yes, we are definitely doing our children a disservice, and that's why Europeans fight so hard to not let African languages be taught in American curriculum. No, they don't want that. No, 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 they don't want that.
Well, Miss Claude says, if you can speak many languages, you are smarter. Even in those African countries, most people speak 4 to 5 languages. Mercedes says all children can learn easily up to the age of 13, which is true. I am with you, Mercedes. We fought France and won when we understood that we were stronger when we brought all our people together. Dividing us make us will not make winners of us. Why can Martinique and Guadeloupe speak Creole in French? Someone asked.
So I would say this before for anybody who's a parent, before you
Mhm,
feed someone else's children, you gonna make sure your children in your house is fed, right? And I'm not saying that we should go around hating white people. I don't want that to be the impression that I'm giving off, right? But
mhm,
I recognize that we are at war. We are at war. And even in that war, there are so called good white people and so called bad white people. And the good white people make it easier for us to be attacked by the bad white people. You know why? Because it makes us susceptible, it puts our guards down. It puts our guards down because we run into so many good white people, and then when we run into a bad one, it's like, oh, but that's a part of warfare. That's a part of chess. That's a part of any game. You have distractions. So these so-called good white people that we lean so heavily on, they also are a part of the warfare. I'm sorry to be said. It is what it is. But to say the language aspect, to get back on topic to the language aspect, first learn your language. Learn the folklores, the mores, the torres. Learn things about your language first. Learn everything about your indigenous language. Learn it to the point where you know the customs of that language. And then maybe you can learn a different language that's a European language. So you can have that point of reference to say, oh, wait a minute, we don't. But the problem with us is, like, I'll give you an example. The other day I was at the park and I was working out. And this black woman was coming in with her daughter, and it's a mainly white park, and she was coming in the park with her daughter, and she was letting her play around with the little white girls and everything like that. So I thought in my head, I said, we so quick to take our children and put them around other races of people to have them get along with other races of people, right? Learn how to get along, get along, get along. But when do we take the time to actually say, learn how to get along with a black kid first? Learn how to get along with somebody who look like you first. There's nothing wrong
mhm,
with being charitable, but charity starts at home. Learn how to worry about you first. We were so worried about everybody else. Worry about your kids, worry about your home, worry about your thing first. And then we could think about worrying about a European language or learning about white people. Worry about you first. Every other culture worry about them. If I say anything, oh, black people need this. Well, what about the Asians? What about the Asians? The Asians, when an Asian person stand up and say, let's do something, you don't hear one Asian person say, Ching Chong Chong, what are you saying? No, no, no. What about the blacks? Don't forget about the blacks. They ain't worrying about you. We the only people that got to be out of our mind. Anytime you say something, let's do this, black, 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 somebody got to say, well, what about this? What about it? What about it? It's going to be there.
mm. Mercedes says, "How do we know the child doesn't already get along with black children?"
I'm saying generally speaking, we know that black children ain't getting along with black children. I'm saying generally, not that child is a proxy. I'm using that child as an example. But we know black children ain't getting along because black children at the age of 13 already out here killing each other, joining gangs in Haiti, joining gang. So that's what I'm saying. That child is a proxy to the point that I'm making.
Mhm, mhm. So you think, to go back to what we were saying from the beginning, that kids should learn Creole.
Yes, kids should learn Creole and then
But
even
hold
learn. Yes.
on. Are we willing? Okay, in the change that we envision,
Mm-hmm.
gonna break the law, or I mean, do we still follow the law of the land, or what do we envision with this change?
laws laws see I see a lot of times we confuse laws with morality. Laws don't have anything to do with morality at all. Laws are designed to maintain power between two groups of people. That's what laws are about. Laws ain't got nothing to do with morality. One minute you can have an abortion, the next minute you can't have an abortion. Some people say it's right to have abortion, some people say it's wrong. Then they want to pass a law. Laws can change at any time. Laws vary from place to place. In California, Los Angeles, it's dang near illegal to do prostitution. Other places you go to jail for prostitution. Laws are about keeping power. It's about structure. One minute selling marijuana is against the law. Next minute, all you need is a card. Laws have nothing to do with morality at all. At one point in this country, it was legal to own somebody, and if you ran away, you was breaking the law as a slave. Laws don't let's not confuse the idea that laws have anything to do with morality, that it has something with benefiting the people. It doesn't. Laws are designed to keep a certain group of people in power. At one point, it was against the law to teach black people how to read. What our ancestors did with creating Haiti as a nation, they were breaking the law, fighting back against the French. And the French looked at them and said, y'all breaking the law. Y'all are our property. So if we always followed the laws, then things won't change. What the civil rights did when they was breaking the rules and sitting on the buses and eating the lunch counters, that was breaking the law. Sometimes you have to break the law to make a better law or to make a better situation. So if we want to sit back and say, well, it's against the law, well, then you saying you okay with slavery. I'm not saying you. I'm not saying you, sister. I'm saying the people who have that perception. Then they're saying you're okay with the misjust, the just, you're okay with the injustice.
Hmm. You don't need to convince me because that's how I feel, but I just don't want to prepare a child where, and then we end up hurting them more because it has to be a majority in order for the law to change. And I spoke on that too, because sometimes looking at the Haitian people, you wonder if they even know exactly what they want. Because when you break someone to the lowest denominator, all that person is thinking about is survival. And I feel that we, the Haitian people today, we are at a level, we are at a point where majority people in Haiti are looking to survive. And that is why so much other things can go on, so much other injustice can go on. Because when you keep a nation of people hungry, even if it was American, your only focus, because that's nature, is to get a meal, is to eat something. And that's, in my opinion, I see that that's where a lot of our peoples are at, especially in the Port-au-Prince area. It's like people are so focused on just trying to make it through today that I feel when they listen to people like you and even the newscasters that are very, very popular, in their mind they're hearing it, but it comes in one ear and out the other because people don't the strength that you need to organize a change is being pulled out. What do you think about the Biden program? Because the Biden program, to me, from my opinion, it took away from our people. What is your opinion on that? And before you give your opinion, let me give a shout out to those who are supportive. Pierre, thank you so much for the 1999 um, super chat, for the $20 super chat. Thank you so much for your love and your support of this channel. Thank you so much, Pierre. Raphael Legundi, thank you so much for the $5 super chat. Thank you so much. I am 56. I have been living in the United States since 1988. The youngster truly educated me about this concept. Confusion. They are keeping us confused. Thank you. And thank you so much, Mr. Lagandi. It's a pleasure to be able to bring Mr. Hassan whenever I can get him. And thank you so much, Pierre, for the super chat. You may continue.
Oh, I'm the youngster? Oh, tell him thank you. I
I
appreciate
think
that.
you did.
I appreciate that. I appreciate that. I guess my grade's not showing in the camera. But
Uh-uh.
tell him I appreciate
You
that.
know
Thank
they
you.
say
Thank you,
don't
brother.
crack. It's not cracking.
No, black don't crack. Black don't crack. I'm gonna look like this for the next 40 years. But thank you. I appreciate that.
Uh,
I
uh-huh.
appreciate that. Um,
The Biden
yes,
program.
the Biden program. Again, the Biden program is it's another. So there are different wars being fought on many different levels, right? But because we are on in the echo chamber of Haiti, we only stuck on the Haiti war that's happening, right? There's a war that's happening that other black people are under attack, where you have black people in America who call themselves Black Americans, Foundation of Black Americans. And what the government is trying to do is drown out their voice. And they're trying to use other, because there's a debt owed to Black Americans here in this country. There's a debt owed to them, right? And what this government, or whatever government, Biden, whatever, is trying to do is drown their voices out, right? And the importation of immigrants, or excuse me, I don't even like using the term immigrants because don't nobody own nothing in this earth is for everybody. So I don't even like using the term immigrants, but people who come from different nations, they're trying to drown their voices out by those people, putting their plight ahead of them and in front of them. So there are different wars that's being fought and that was a political strategy that Biden did to increase black people in the United States, but not black people who have the same connection to America the way black Americans do. Because what happens is we grow up not knowing the traps that America is going to have for us. And then we grow up in the Zopound era. We grow up with Haitians being the largest population of black people in jails right now, in the prisons, gang, all tattoos up. Like, I'm telling you because I fell in the trap of that, right? So we are being brought here to be the new Black Americans, to be the new traps for the drugs, to be the new people they're going to incarcerate, that they can lock up and abuse and etc. There are many fights being fought, and we only, again, it's like chess. I keep using the analogy of chess. We are only doing one or two moves. They're making multiple moves at different times. But by the time we catch on to it, they already doing a different type of move. So that whole Biden program, you can say it's okay. You would spend millions of dollars. Let me put it like this. I'm gonna put it like this so people understand. You would spend millions of dollars to get Haitians to come here to the country, but not invest it in the country. You sending money for people to go fight over their Kenyans and South Americans and all this, but why are you putting the money in the country? There's things you could use that money to send the money they send over there for the vaccines, what they were trying to do. Like, you could build roads in Haiti, but you would rather get the people out of Haiti and bring them here. You care about them that much, but what about the ones that? So it's a confusion. It's a trick. They don't care.
Mm-hmm.
It's a weapon that they're using.
Do you think that it's our responsibilities to step up and build our own roads?
Of course, I believe it's our responsibility. What must be done for the African must what must be done for the African must be done by the African. I 100% agree with that. What I would say is, if he truly cared, he would do A, B, C, D, D. Why are you putting big emphasis on getting us out the country? Those who want to leave and etc., and not putting the resources that we need so we won't leave the country in the first place. That's the point I was making. I was not saying that we should get a handout. I was saying if you really wanted to do something like a good white person would do, why not basically don't give us a fish. Teach us how to fish. But you're not doing that. You say, oh, no, go ahead, leave your country, because eventually you want the investors to go back in Haiti. You want to depopulate the nation. You want to break it down to a level where you can just take it over.
Mhm.
Plain and simple. You don't care about the country.
A lot of these
Oh, I'm
programs
sorry.
were
I'm sorry. Hold on. And this is the same Biden who said in 1994, if Haiti sank into the ocean, it wouldn't mean nothing to us anyway. That's the same Biden that said that. Okay, keep that same energy, Biden.
a lot of people in Haiti, they don't see it that way. But I see it as if a lot of the times when you have these programs, first off, there's an environment that's created on the ground that makes it any relief that comes, you would agree to almost about anything just to get away. But not only that, most people who could afford it, most people who have people that was helping them, that is financially stable in Haiti, these are the people that kept Haiti moving.
Mm-hmm.
They kept Haiti balanced. A lot of nurses left Haiti, a lot of doctors to leave, possibly not to, if they didn't study in America, most likely they're not still a doctor. May have to go back, to school with. Not that, that's away a lot of things. I don't like to speak on this myself because I do like to have, and thank you so much, Mr. Lagundi, for the is it $2 super chat he did. He said, my bad, sir. To correct the youngster. Thank you so much, Mr. Lagundi. Don't forget, guys, to please hit the like button. Please share. And don't forget to interact. Lately I noticed that the violence in Haiti in certain area have heightened up. Mhm.
I just want to say something right quick, right quick. I'm gonna let you guys want to say this. So just because, and I had to realize this. I had to realize this myself. Just because you're the person with the idea does not mean you're the person that needs to execute the idea. Okay, so just because I have the idea don't mean I got to be the one who do it. And a lot of times I thought that I need to be out front and be the one doing it, and I tired myself out in a lot of things in the community and abroad in the country and everything. So I'm gonna say this idea, and I think we spoke about this before. And whoever wants to pick it up, please do it, run it. I don't care. I don't you don't even gotta say I got it from Brother Hassan. Run it. We need to. I don't know if you cool with a lot of those Haitian pages, L'Union La Force, and all the other Haitian pages. There needs to be a collective meeting again amongst all those people who got all the millions of followers, thousands of followers. There needs to be a conversation had, and the conversation needs to be: we boycott any flag that is not made in Haiti. That means we not buying no Haitian flags that's not made in Haiti. We not buying those flags that you put in front of your window if it's not made in Haiti. We not buying no t-shirts if it's not made in Haiti. Anything that has Haiti on it, we don't buy it unless it's made in Haiti. Why do I say that? Haitians are we're the third largest black ethnic group in the Western Hemisphere. That means there's more Haitians than Jamaicans. There's more Haitians than Trinidadians. We are behind African Americans and Brazilians. We are the third largest African group in the Western Hemisphere. That's a lot of goddamn on people. We in Chile, we in Brazil, we in Cuba, we in America, we in Canada. We
Yeah,
we we everywhere. When it comes time for our celebrations, January 1st, May 18th, those celebrations, we go out and do what? Buy Haitian flags, buy Haitian things. In just 1 year, and I sat down and did the math on this, in just 1 year, if Haiti produced the flags and the shirts and the t-shirts and everything that we got, and we bought it, the diaspora bought it from Haiti, that would change the economic problem in Haiti overnight.
our rice too. We got to give
Correct.
Dr. Gertrude her props because I am hoping that the KPK rice will be sold also in representation of Haiti, and that's Haitian made, because that's one
Correct.
of the problems we have in Haiti. We make so much in Haiti, but we're not doing import export. The country right now is on a semi lockdown because things are not coming in. But there's something somehow that says that we don't have value because another example are mangoes. How many people have shared with me, Marie, we didn't get Haitian mangoes for the last 2 years, right? And that they got it from our neighbors, but they can tell that it tasted different. So there
Hmm.
is a lot that Haiti has to offer that we can once again start doing to help our economy. And I agree with you. And now that has something to do with custom. Getting them made in Haiti is one thing, but getting them out of Haiti is another thing. Because once you get through the airport, the first thing they want to say is if you have a bulk amount of anything coming out of Haiti, they're going to assume that you're creating a business and gonna, confiscate it. L'huile masqueti, castor oil, right? All of that is things which is going to waste that could definitely be a huge change to the economy.
Definitely, definitely. And again, just because you're the one that sparks the idea don't mean you the one that have to do it. And anybody who's interested in doing that, I will definitely assist in whatever way I can. But that is something that we need to, like I watched the sister, I can't think of her name right now. She's, always, promoting Haitian stuff. And I watched her get donations to build a bridge in Haiti. You know,
That's
um,
Gertrude.
okay.
She's the
Yeah,
one behind KPK.
right. So it can be done. I think she is doing a wonderful job,
Awesome
but there
job.
but there definitely needs to be more people because let's say for example, right, she disappears. Well, I'm just giving an example. Who is the next up? Who is the next person behind her? Who is the co? Who is that? Like a lot of times we take on these things by ourselves and we carry a lot of weight by carrying them ourselves. And as the old African proverb goes, the more people lifting, the lighter the load. And so she needs somebody with her.
Talk to my peoples. Talk to my people. I tell them that all the time. And I always
It
wonder if something was to happen to me, would life in Haiti continue? That is always one of my biggest fears. To
hmm,
where if the country was open and someone says, Marie, I want to donate $500, I want to say, hold it. Put a little something with it and buy a ticket and come spend some time here with me and the kids. Get familiarized with what you're supporting and see who in the group can be prepared if something happened. You don't have to live here, but to continue that vision. How could you continue it if you're not familiarized with what Marie is doing? If all you do is, and don't get me wrong, guys, we cannot do it without your financial support.
of
But
course.
if all you do is just give money, then what happens, just like you say to Bertrude, when something happens, who becomes the face?
Right.
Because it's always better to learn from the founder and creator on how she moves, on how she does things, or how he moves and how he does things. And people like her are rare. I admire them, met them. So I'm not pushing for her because we're friends and maybe down the line we will get to speak. But I admire her so much that I hope when I am out and doing my part, that someone is proud of me too. Because we all have our stories, all our stories is different, but in the end, what we're doing is making a change for Haiti.
Right.
You
And
know,
I just want to add
mhm,
this. I just want to add this. This is because think about how that bridge manifested. It started from her just making social media videos and people gaining trust. and things like that. And her just like it started from nothing. It started from turning like we can turn anything into something. It started from her just turning on her phone and saying in 1804, Haiti became you get what I'm saying? It just started from that.
Yeah.
The manifestation. So I say that to say this, going back to the conversation we were having previous, we can create whatever we want to create, Marie. We can create whatever we want to create. It just starts from an idea. So the idea that we can't make Haitian Creole the language that we all speak and push French out, it's not a reality to me. We create our own realities. I think a lot of times we're quote unquote trapped in that inside the box, that thinking inside the box mentality. Like for me, the last couple of years have been trying for me personally. Have been tough, right? But I've faced everything with steadfast trust in my beliefs and everything that I was doing right. I am creating my own reality. I am creating my own reality. I am making the circumstances around me work for me. Now, does it mean it's always going to pan out exactly how I want it to be? No. But we are the architects of our reality. If we truly believe in us as Haitians, as Africans, if we truly believe that, then we should never have a but in our mind, because a but is a rebuttal. A but is a but. No, that's not what we are. We are not but people. We may like big butts, but we not but people. That's not who we are. We get it done. We do it. We built the citadel with no help from the financial France government. It was built by the hands of Africans. I walked that mountain up the citadel. I walked it 2 hours. And I said, they brought these bricks all the way up here only with donkeys, and they did this for 12 years. We are not a but people. No. Anytime you think but, always think that's the white man in your mind. That's the white man in your mind saying, you can't do that. Don't say but. Don't ever doubt it.
No, I wouldn't go, I wouldn't say it that way, but I don't like to question. You know why I say that? Many of you guys who's been following me, I've shared this many times. Because of my story and how I ended up in Haiti. When I would share what I wanted to do, people would instantly tell me, "Oh, you can't do that. You black, you this, you." It was all of the defeat. If you're stuck on that butt on why you can't do, you will never do it. And I hope that people like Bertrude and many others, because there are soldiers that do a lot of good work in Haiti that don't have the limelight. Keep in mind, Haiti news crowd you with the bad.
Mm-hmm.
How many good people that are dying for a little bit of attention in Haiti, and when you go to see their videos, they have literally 30 views, or they're suppressed when they're really really doing great work in Haiti. So very minimal that are doing good things in Haiti actually break into that viral stage on social media, because what people want to see out of Haiti is either gang related. They want to see the violence and that bizarre and can you believe, can you imagine,
Right.
right? They don't want to see the good. So, anyways, I want to talk about this. Why have you here? You know, I think that 224, it kind of it changed a lot.
Mm-hmm.
I feel that the gangs got more violent. They became more crueler towards the Haitian people. Sometimes I wish I can go and just speak with some people, because to get them to understand that a lot of Haitian people are so confused. People are just trying to survive, that they will say yes to basically anything, not because they really agree with it, but because they're just trying to make it. Okay? The Kenyan soldiers came, and now we have, you know, Guatemalans. I'm not sure. I try not to keep up with the negativity. Being that I live here, I keep up with the local things that's reality here. That's important because a lot of these soldiers, believe it or not, guys, I've never seen one of them, Brother Hassan. I've never seen one in uniform securing anywhere where I go in Haiti. I don't know where they're at. So maybe someone who's watching may have seen them, but I know many people that I'm around everyday people have not seen them. Do you
The
think that,
Kenyan soldiers.
yeah, the Kenyan soldiers,
Okay.
do you think that their presence caused the heighten of gang violence, to be worse towards the Haitian people?
Yeah, definitely. I definitely believe that for a multitude of different reasons. Because they what those gang members, and I know we might not like to look at them as victims, but they are victims. And they may not look at themselves as victims, but they are victims. Of socio economic global war games. They are victims. And what happens is when you feel desperate as a victim, like you said, you will agree to anything. You will start doing the most heinous things. And so, with the idea of these Kenyan soldiers coming in to do this and do, like, remember, a lot of these people in these games are the children of the 1994 invasion, when Clinton sent in the soldiers before. So they witnessed when soldiers came in to help. They're the children of the raped, excuse me, the auntie that was assaulted, right, by UN peacekeepers. They know, what that looks like. They know what they've been through. And I always say this, and I'm not making excuses, but where is the mental health for Haitian people? For the past 400, 500 years. Where is I mean, it's been disaster after disaster. It's been earthquake. It's been, the AIDS, we got AIDS and how we grew up here in the States. Where is the mental health? If you really want to help Biden, that's where you can start at. Send some mental health aid to Haiti. Like, think about the people. They were saying that almost every 2 days or something, a woman is assaulted in Haiti. And these women have to get up and go and live their lives after going through this traumatic situation. Their children, sometimes it happens in front of their children. Where is the mental health? So the children of those children from 1994 grew up angry, grew up hungry, grew up traumatized. And they said, before we will be traumatized, we gonna do the traumatizing. Before we get traumatized again, we gonna do the traumatizing. Because even a dog with his tail in between his legs, if you back him into a corner, he gonna bark. He gonna start going, but he's scared. But he's scared. It's fear. So yeah, of course, once you say, oh, the Kenyans coming in and this is coming in, they're gonna ramp up because they like, if we get more dangerous, maybe they might leave. Fear. It's all fear. And they are victims just like the people they are victimizing, except they're doing the work for the oppressor. But they are victims, 100% victims. They don't know they victims, but they victims.
Wow. Mr. Jackson, thank you so much for the $1.99 super chat. Thank you so much. And thank each and every one of you guys for your support tonight during the live. Thank you. Wait,
Yeah.
but Haiti does not have to depend on Biden sending American mental health. Now, I want to say this, Brother Hassan.
Hmm.
You're a very intelligent man. When do we stop making excuses? When do we put our hand? What I say about that, we the Haitian people. You mentioned Burkina Faso, right? They're taking actions. How long do we, the Haitian people, make excuses and hide behind our oppressors because we are a free nation, supposedly, right? How long do we go on like this?
Okay,
When
so
do we, as the Haitian people,
mhm.
start seeing what Haitian people need and start giving it to the people?
So first, I want to address the comment by the person Mercedes. So I was being facetious when I said if Biden really wanted to help, he would send mental health. I'm being facetious. That's a joke. That's not really. But we do need mental health. I'm not saying we need Biden to send it. So that's me being facetious. But when do we start making excuses? I think an excuse, in my opinion, in my definition, is complaining with no action. That's an excuse, right? When you're blaming someone who is pointing out what is happening and saying, hey, we are attacked, we are this and that. That's not someone making an excuse. That's someone saying what's really happening, maybe providing a solution, not blaming, but just pointing out this is what's happening, this is how we need to move it, this is how we need to operate. Right? A lot of times we get, and that's another thing that they like to do. Oh, y'all making excuses. Y'all making excuses for this and that and that. And that. It's the same situation with let's say a woman that was assaulted. Right? When a woman that was assaulted, we know that the behavior of the assault then further trickulates in how she operates throughout the world. Every action, or in simpler terms, every action has a reaction, right? Me talking about the action is not an issue. It should not be an issue. Me pointing out, listen, this caused that, that caused this caused that. Now, how do we break that? That's not making an excuse. There are things that have been set in motion that are happening and taking in place. We need to take more accountability and say, okay, this is why this is taking place. Hey, as African people, we need to know that we are at war. But a lot of us think that we on the playground instead of a battlefield, and we don't know we at war. And so it's easy to take advantage of a group of people when they don't even know what they up against. They don't even know that they even in war, in battle. So I don't think it's making excuses. I think it's pointing out and trying to find solutions rather than making excuses. I think it's finding solutions to the problem because all problems are solved through questions and answers. The more questions you ask, the more you will come up with a better answer. So us having these conversations, us pointing out and saying this and that, problems are solved through questions and answers.
Do you
Oh,
think that the diaspora group, will play a major role in that change Haiti needs?
I think they could. I think they are a huge pivotal role to that. If we can stop only celebrating May 18th and January 1st, and when the carnival come around, I that was another reason why this January 1st I didn't really celebrate because I'm so sick and tired of the national narcissistic Haitians. I have came up with a name with those are the ones who hate this and hate that, and they don't keep to the traditions. They ain't. Tired of it. It's just fake praise for what our ancestors did. It's fake words. It's as they say in the Bible, it's what is it? What is faith without action or something like that? It was one of the Bible verses. But
Doesn't okay.
that's all it is. And it pisses me off when I see people just doing it. I'm like, you don't even really care about Haiti for real. You don't care about the people. You don't even care about the culture. You just looking for something to say at a certain time to be like, yeah, we was the first free black republic. Okay. Okay. I get it. We've been saying that for quite some time. I understand it. Now, can we do the problems, the situations, and start moving on that? First free black republic. So I was tired of it this year. I was so over it. In this community, people don't like me that much, right? And let me thank you. Let me give you a roses for being one of the platforms in the Haitian community who has consistently asked for me to come back on and speak and talk my talk. So I appreciate you, sister,
You
dearly,
welcome. My house is
dearly, dearly.
welcome here anytime.
Because once I start talking about white people, oh, Haitians turn me off. Beep. They don't want to hear it. Beep. Papa de blanc. They don't want to hear it. They
It's not
will.
that I'm gonna tell you this. It's not that I agree with it, but I'm so how am I? I'm willing to learn. I'm willing to listen. I'm
Mhm.
always willing to compromise. And that is how I am in my everyday life, okay? I don't know everything. And your experience has been different.
Mhm.
I've experienced racism. I grew up in the state of Texas. If I start talking about my experiences, I think I would just be too, I just think that at some point white people need to stop being racist and
Mhm.
black doing the
Yeah.
what crazy. All white people are like that.
No. All white people are. All white people are. All
I
white people are. All white people are racist. That's not even up for debate.
definitely.
That's not even up for debate. It's not even up for debate. And there's multiple. There's things I would say. I would leave space for to say. Oh well, maybe all. Listen, unless you. Okay, put it like this. You don't think white people be looking at us like they know we crazy? They see our women with bleach blonde wigs, getting getting all type of bleach skin, bleach. You don't think they look at us and say, "Y'all motherfuckers are crazy"? They like the fact that we crazy. The matter of fact, the more crazy we are, the more secure it makes them feel. You don't think they see we Jesus freaks? You don't think the people ever want to say, "Why y'all got a white Jesus in y'all home?" Unless you living under a rock for the last 500 years as a white person, if you just came up under a rock yesterday, then I'll say, okay, he not racist. But we have all been socialized, even black people. Dick Gregory said it is impossible to grow up in a
Hold
white
on
racist.
a second. Let's take it back a little bit. Why do we instantly assume that Jesus is white?
No, no,
Does
no. I'm not.
it,
I'm
why
not
do
even
we
going
assume that Jesus is white?
because it's been given to us that way. But I'm not even going to. I'm not even going to argue that point. I was not even going in that
No,
direction.
Jesus is not white. Matter of fact, none of us have seen God. So none of us know. I don't, in my mind, I never picture God as a color. I actually look at God like He is God. He is Almighty. He's not.
I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say this. I'm
In
gonna
my
we. I hold on. Hold on.
mind,
I'm gonna cut you
that
because my phone about to die, and I want to make
oh,
this very vivid point. My phone about to die. I'm gonna
uh,
send you a book. I'm gonna send you a book,
mm-hmm,
and I gotta get your address. I'm gonna send this book to you specifically to you. It's
uh,
called the Conspiracy to Destroy Black Women.
mm-hmm,
Okay, merely the fact that you even saying that your God is a man makes my skin crawl because
mm-hmm.
that
That's
falls into that
my.
falls.
I don't look at God like that, but that okay.
Well, you said he. You said he.
No, no. When I say that Almighty, right? Like when I look at the sky, to me that is God's hands. And maybe I'm saying it he because as a woman, naturally, and this is just my opinion, ladies, don't beat me. It's natural for a woman to be submissive to a man. That's traditionally how I'm seeing it, and I may be wrong. Being submissive don't mean letting somebody abuse you or, like some people make it, but that is why I say that because in the presence of God, I submit and I submit my all. And that's probably why I say he. But I don't think that God is a man. I don't see him as I look at the sky and there's God's hands. Who can create that?
I'm not arguing that a higher power doesn't exist. I recognize that there are things in this world that are out of my control. What I'm arguing is the patriarchal mindset that has been instituted in religion. All Western religions deal with man, the Father, the Son, the Holy Spirit, Allah. All these things are male deities, and these things have been introduced into the global experience. And so women Oh man, see, I can't even get into a whole conversation because my phone is about to die. I'm literally on 5%, and
Why do you not have it somewhere where you get in charge?
well, it's the iPhone that you got to plug the headphones in, and so I got the headphones plugged in, and it's not
Well,
getting charged.
take it out and still I can hear you without the headphones and charge your phone.
That's another conversation for another time.
Okay.
That's another conversation for that. But I'm gonna have to get your address, and I'm gonna have to sing this book for real, for real. But even the idea of these Western religions play a part in our oppression, because when you really break down how the psyche works, Europeans have trained us to function in a either or type of way of thinking, right? So this is why I've recently taken out of my vocabulary the word better. I don't use the word better. I supplemented the word better for different, because Europeans, they think in a form of hierarchy. They think, well, this is better, this is worse. That's how they think, right? And so when they created their religions, they created man at the top. Even talk about that woman came from the man rib. I don't know no man that ever birthed no dang on woman. But because the religions are based in Eurocentric white male patriarchy, all of the gods are white. Every story in the Bible, when they talk about a woman, is derogatory. There's no good stories in the Bible that lift women up. All of them beat down women. Either he was Samson cutting her hair, Delilah, Ruth was a whore. No stories in the Bible lift up women. The fact that I'm gonna
No,
sing this book, sister.
I'm I'm thinking of the stories. I'm replaying them. Yeah.
These really, and that's another part that plays into our oppression is the religion, not only the language but the religion, how we interpret the religion, how we see the religion, because those are all political things. When white people went around the world, they not only enslaved the people, they brought their religion with them, just so they could keep you colonized in your mind. So now the white man ain't gotta be there. It works through the religion in you. They don't even gotta be there no more. This is the seed of who they are. So, man, listen, I love you. We gonna have to do this again. I promise you. I'm here for you.
We'll do that again.
I got some book references for you. I got whatever. If any family, I say this with the sincerest of hearts. I love y'all. I ain't seen none of y'all out there. I don't know any of y'all. I'm speaking with passion. I'm speaking with over 17 years of research and information. Um, and I love my people. I love my people. I appreciate y'all for supporting my sister here, and I appreciate you for having me on. Yet again, I appreciate it.
I thank you so much, my brother. And it's always a pleasure to be able to work with you, to hear some of your thoughts. And you're welcome here, like I say, at any time.
I appreciate it. I appreciate it.
Thank
So Kwaheri is the not wet pita, Kembe Fe, what else? I mean,
you.
Asante Sana, yeah, whatever to all the indigenous folk out there, my Africans, whatever you identify as. I'm not even getting into ideologies anymore, arguing people if we Hebrews, if this and that. I think that white people don't care what you are. They don't care if you call yourself a Moor, a Hebrew, a Haitian, or whatever. They're gonna put their foot on your throat. And that's my main concern. I don't care what your ideology is. I don't care if you want to call yourself Native American. Do that. But I'm not arguing about those things anymore. So appreciate you, sister. Appreciate you for having me on. I appreciate you.
Always. And thank you so much. You be blessed. I'm going to drop you.
All right.
Let me see. All right. All right. Have a blessed one. Thank you guys so much for tuning in to the live tonight. It's always a pleasure to have Brother Hassan here. And even though we may not agree with everything he has shared, he is a very smart young man. Regardless of our differences, let's all put our hands on deck for one thing, and that's to make a difference in Haiti. I don't care what color you are. I don't care who you are. I care about your heart, your spirit. Do you have a heart for humanity? Do we want to continue with racism? Do we want to continue with hate? In Haiti, do we want to continue with what's been going on? How do we stop it? You know, I'm always in on front of the screen encouraging the youth. Whatever you want to do not allow anyone to discourage you, because people here, they will do that. And I want to tell anybody, no matter your skin color, you can still be great. You are great. If you are in Haiti, you're dark skinned, you are great and you are loved by God. And you can do great things. Just don't stay stuck behind the butt. Be willing to face all obstacles and know that when you're doing the right thing, you're going to have a lot of obstacles. You will see someone doing the wrong thing and everything is always going good. But you that's trying your hardest to do the right thing, you feel like everywhere you turn, everywhere you go, things aren't going so great. You know, I've said to myself this year, I don't care what the obstacles is, I'm going harder. I don't care who don't support me. I'm going harder. I want God to give me the strength to continue to make a difference in my country. And I don't never want to give up. I don't know what it is you love doing. Maybe you are a doctor. Maybe you like feeding the homeless. Whatever you like to do, let Marie be the one to encourage you to say, keep going. Let this year be the year that no one can stop you. No one can get in the way of your greatness. And don't worry about what your greatness is to someone else. For many people, me doing what I do in Haiti was not the definition of being great, but I find greatness here. I am at my happiest here. I can stay in the office all day because I'm happy. And I ask for you guys to continue to pray for me, to continue to keep me in prayer, continue to keep the team in prayer, because it's not easy in Haiti. But what we're not going to do is give up. That's not an option. We're not taking that option. And I want to just tell everybody, it does, because, you know, a lot of you guys I speak to, whatever you're going through this year, giving up is not an option. Thank you so much. Fishing Goods, NYC, Fishing Goods. Hold on a second. Fishing NYC, thank you so much for the $250 super chat. Thank you so much, Fishing NYC. Thank you for all your love and all your support of life in Haiti. Thank you. Happy New Year, you guys. I thank each and every one of you guys. Fishing NYC, thank you for your continuous love and support of life in Haiti. I love you. Thank you so much. You guys have a good Monday. Be kind to one another. Tell somebody give somebody a compliment. Tell somebody you love them. Just cuz. And just see how that might work. Put a smile on someone's face. That costs nothing to be kind. And just because you're kind doesn't mean other people are going to be kind to you. But when they are not kind, you have the ability to control what you react to, what you respond to. And that's what makes life even greater, right? I love you guys. You guys take care. And please share tonight's show with a friend. Encourage them to subscribe to the channel. Until next time.